the arm of the chair and I start rinsing his ass. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy URBEN CURRSE. I want to welcome you back to TV, where everything is undiluted all the time. And if you guys have not yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell. Go ahead and do that. And if you are returning back to the channel, I want to thank you for coming back, for my craziness and all my foolishness. By the title of this video, you guys already know this is a story time. And this story time altered my life for a few years. And now I know how to react to certain situations when it involves another co-worker. So this story started, I had locks at the time. On this particular day, one of my homegirls, she was doing my hair. So my hair was about this long. I'm sitting there talking to her that day, and I'm kind of just reflecting on everything in my lifetime. And at the time, I was probably maybe about 25, and I wasn't even, nowhere close to 30. I was already going through a kind of a midlife crisis because I hate hitting ceiling. And the job that I had at the time, I worked in a lab. I'm not even gonna say the exact place because I may want another job there. But anyway, the job I was working at, it was in a lab. And the guys that worked there were very how can I say? They were they were real brown nosy. They were all up in the boss's ass, and they always had this sense of entitlement because they've been working there for so long, but they didn't do what I did. They had nothing on me when it came to the job. So this particular day, like I said, I was getting my hair done by a good friend of mine, and I'm sitting there talking to her about my life and everything, and I was just saying, I know for a fact that I'm at a glass ceiling with this company because there's only but so far you could go with this company without brown nosing or just completely just backstabbing somebody to get into the higher position. I'm not with that. I'm just never with trying to backstab somebody just to get a couple dollars. It's just not my thing. If I gotta work hard for it, if I just gotta leave that company, that's just how it has to be. While she's doing my hair, I'm starting to look at my phone. I'm like, I gotta be to work in maybe about an hour or so. Anybody that has hair knows that it takes a while for your locks or your hair to dry under a hair dryer. But I didn't have a hair dryer, so usually I just let my hair air dry. So she had the the little silver clips that they put individually on each dread. She had those in my hair to keep it from the new growth unraveling. I decided I'm just gonna take a do-rag and just kind of put it over top of my head and go to work because I didn't want to be late. Also, we had a big meeting that we usually have every few months, maybe, to kind of go over the new procedures and stuff like that we had to abide by. It was one of those type of jobs. So I get to work, and they had the meeting inside of a computer room. How the computer room was set up, you walk into the computer room, to the left there's computers, and as you go all the way around the room, there's computers going around the whole entire wall. Now in the middle there's a conference table, but they also have computers on the conference table as well. When I came into the room, I went to the left and I sat maybe 3 chairs down from the door. There was about maybe 5 chairs, and like I said, the wall starts to go down. I'm just kind of give y'all a diagram of what the room looked like. It's kind of important later on in the video. I sit down, and the manager at the time, she was behind me. So this is me, this is my manager. My head is turned that way towards the wall of the room. So she's turned towards everyone that is alongside the conference room. Now, this is me. Here goes another co-worker of mine. Now, this co-worker of mine, pay attention. Then there's also other co-workers around, of course, but there's another one that he's cool with, that they're butt buddies. They act like they can't do nothing without each other, whatever. Now, at the time, I was 25, maybe 24, something like that. These guys were 35, almost 40 years old, but they thought they were my age, and they thought they were the biggest shit in the damn world. I digress. As the meeting started, there was let me go back a little bit. Okay, so at the time, the new Google phone, the G1, which is the first Google phone, came out. There was a few handful full of people in the city that had this phone. Back then, phones was a status symbol. Now it's just right now, everybody has a phone. Even your dog has a phone. So after I purchased this phone, this same coworker that's sitting next to me on my right-hand side decides to purchase the same phone. Also, his butt buddy decides to purchase the phone as well. Now at the time, this is when phones were just getting to be quote-unquote smart. So for me, any phone that I get, the first thing I do is I go in and I change all of my settings, because I hate to hear the boop boop boops and the bleeps and the tone. So this person, he never took off those sounds. So as I'm sitting doing whatever I'm doing on my phone, and like I said, my manager is talking to everybody in the room. So all of a sudden I start seeing through the corner of my eye, I start seeing him do something to the nature like this, but I'm seeing it out of the corner of my eye. But I'm saying to myself, I'm I know this dude is not taking a picture of me right now. I know he's not recording me right now. This is before everybody is being recorded secretly and all that stuff like that, and all these crazy viral videos. This is way before that. So it was very disrespectful to just be recording somebody secretly. So I already started in my mind, I knew this was gonna be an issue because they were the type of guys that they would pick on you, but they wouldn't do it directly to you. They would do some things they would take a picture and then they would send it to everybody. And then everybody is joking about, oh, I see seen what you did. You like, what do you mean you seen what I did? What you talking about? Yeah, the video, this picture, or whatever case may be. So I'm watching him taking pictures on the phone. Now, mind you, I hear the camera shutter sound go. So of course, now I know for a fact he definitely is taking a picture of me. Maybe he was videoing me before, but he's definitely taking a picture of me now. So I'm starting to bore, because I'm like, okay, now you want to make a joke out of me having this do-rag from me getting my hair done. I see him gesturing across the room to his partner like, check your phone. Check your phone, like doing that type of gesture. And I'm like, oh, he really playing with me at this point, because he taking pictures of me and then sending it to this little bum over here that think everything is all jokes and fun and games, because they think everything is funny. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little mad about it right now. I'm starting, and I know it's so long ago, but I don't like men like, I'm sorry, I don't like dudes like that, because they're not men. They were boys and they were in a grown man body, and I was more mature than they were. I digress. So I'm seeing him pointing to his phone. So then I see the other guy going to the phone. He start giggling and laughing. So at this time, my anger issues was unbearable. Like, I don't like to be played with. I don't, and what I mean by play with, I don't like to be disrespected and taken as a joke, and I'm the butt of the joke. It's a difference when we're all joking and we jonesing and we going back and forth and stuff like that. That's all cool. I'm all cool with that. I'm never one of those people that's like uptight to not joke. However, don't make me the butt of the joke, and don't do it in a secret way where you're trying to make fun of something. The small is just clips in my head. It's the principle of it. It's not even the action of it. It's the principle of you're trying to make me out to be some sort of a joke, and I don't like that. So the friend starts laughing, and maybe a few minutes later, my manager decides to stop in the middle of the meeting, just stop talking. So she took a long pause, so I'm thinking that the meeting is about to be over. However, she's just taking a break, I guess, to look at the packet, because my back, like I said, my back is turned to her, so I'm not really paying attention to her at this time. I'm paying attention to these two clowns over here. So I decided to turn and say something to him. I said, oh, so you think I'm a joke or something?
He said, what? What you say?
I said, you think I'm a joke or something? You think it's funny? So he looking, and he like, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. But the manager turns around and says,
hey, what's going on?
I said, nothing, don't worry about it. So in my mind, I said, I'm gonna handle this after this meeting. I gotta address this, because you're not gonna be taking pictures of me unwillingly and sending it to other people to make me as the butt of your joke. Not gonna happen. So the meeting goes on, and I'm boiling. I don't hear nothing that this manager's saying. I'm just boiling inside. I'm like, yo, this dude is really a clown, because they have done this to other people and made other people's regular lives as the butt of their jokes. So the manager stops, and it's over. Everyone gets up. Now, when everybody gets up, I immediately say to both of them, y'all playing with me? Y'all think it's a joke? He like, what? I said, you taking pictures of me and you sending it to this clown over here. So this one over here, I can see in his face like, oh damn, he notices that we taking pictures of him. This clown that's taking the picture of me, we're gonna call him Donkey Face. So Donkey Face, Donkey Face over here taking pictures of me. And I'm like, yo, yo, delete that picture right now.
What picture you talking about?
Whoop, now mind you, let me go back. These guys are like 6'2" to 6'6". I'm only 5'8", and at that time, I ain't have all this. You know what I'm saying? I was maybe a good 140, was ready to go at any given time. Just like I'm ready to go now. However, my attitude is much better, and I don't let people get to me like that as much as they used to get to me. So when he says this, like I said, he was here, I was here next to him. The manager was here, everybody gets up. He somehow gets around me and gets to where he's here and the other guy's behind him. So I'm here. So you gotta imagine, I'm 5'8", $140, like I'm ready to go. I said, delete the picture.
What?
Now, in these meetings, we had these packets that were like, they were super thick, because like I said, we had different procedures we had to go through. I mean, not different procedures, different procedures that we had to go through and all that for the work that we did. I don't want to say exactly what work I did. So he had the paper rolled up. I'm just gonna use this as an example. This is the paper here. He has the paper in his hand like this, and all of a sudden, I'm saying something to him, but my manager's in the middle of me, and then all of the coworkers just surround. It's not a big room. Like it's a conference room, but it's not a big room when it's a whole bunch of people in there. So everything gets like, it's like you can hear penny drop. You can just hear me speaking and him saying something. Sorry, he waits till because the manager's on the side of it. She gets in the middle. This dude takes the paper, and all I see is the paper. It's gonna come straight to the camera. All I see is the paper, woo, coming to my face. Like, now, instinctively, the first thing I did was to defend myself. I didn't even notice it was that until after the fact when I started thinking about it. I just saw his hand going, like he's about to punch. You get what I'm saying? But it was one of these instead of one of these. But instinctively, I'm automatically seeing a hand come towards me, then I'm seeing an object come towards my face. So the first thing I did, I'm gonna demonstrate. They were the computer chairs, just like how these chairs are here, but they were more, a little bit more stout. I took the arm of the chair and I started rinsing his ass. And And I just start hitting him with the goddamn chair. Now by this time, God rest his soul, my partner, I don't mind saying his name, God rest his soul, Joaquin, this dude was bigger than them. He was about 300 pounds. So he grabs me. I'm kicking, I'm everything. Now mind you, I used to wrestle, like real wrestling, not WWE wrestle. So I used to wrestle, so I'm trying to sprawl and take his hands off of me. So I'm doing that, as he doing it, he just, and we just doing this. I'm kicking. Now like I said, I get to rinse him. I'm so mad because I can't get to the other guy right now. Like I really want to just like, I'm tearing everything up. Yo, all of a sudden, everybody start running out the room except for the other guy, the guy that he's sending the picture to. So it's just me. I'm sorry. No. Joaquin had me. He's like, yo, calm down, bro, calm down. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna calm down. So by the time he let me go, I go to rush him again. And he grabbed me again. He like, yo, they gonna fire you. At this time, I'm like, I don't give a damn about nothing. I don't care about being fired. I don't care about nothing. It's the disrespect. It's the principle of it that you just trying to make me the butt of your joke. So what really pissed me off was, I don't know how everything calmed down where I calmed down, but it wound up being myself, the manager, and the other dude. Now, that dude, the other dude that picture got sent to, he was from the same neighborhood. So this dude and her like grew up around each other, I guess. And they all knew each other from the same neighborhood. And I'm not from their neighborhood, so I don't even know none of that. So she had him in the room with me and her. And he's talking trash to me like,
yo, you know what's up? Like, why would you even do that? You know what's up?
Oh no, let me go back a little bit. I'm sorry. This is where my manager got in between us. I heard a voice say, because I always, anybody that knows me, if you watch this channel, you know I keep a weapon with me, whether it's a gun, a knife, a slapstick, a bat, my fist, my feet, whatever. I keep something with me to protect myself at all times. You're not gonna take me out, or you're not gonna take me away from my family. I'd rather just don't try me. So I heard a voice say,
Tristan, take your hand off your knife.
because I literally, this is the God's honest truth, God, you know, I was going to hawk him up. But it was not my voice. This was literally like God saying,
get your hand off your knife.
because I was gonna burn his ass up. And I'm thankful I didn't, because I would have been sitting in prison right now instead of talking to you guys right now. So, let me go back forward again. So I'm standing in the room with him, her, and I'm like, why is he even in here? Why is he in here? Now, they done took the other guy outside and they blocking the door so I can't go out there. But they still got this dude in here. So then she finally tell him to go out. You know this lady, the most embarrassing thing about this whole situation was, we all had your laminate badge or whatever the case may be. So I had it around my neck. This is how you clock in and clock out. Everybody's in the hallway as I'm coming out. And this lady took the laminate off my neck and said,
Yeah, just don't come back.
now she don't have the authority to just fire me like that. She gotta go through HR, but she embarrassed me in front of everybody. Now mind you, the dude is standing on the other side of the hallway, yelling and screaming,
Oh man, you telling me I gotta go?
cause she telling me I gotta go home. But then she telling him he gotta go home. But he's not going anywhere. She didn't go to him and take his laminate off, or none of that, because he was a freaking brown noser. You get what I'm saying? I hate brown nosers. Oh my God, I hate them. So I go and I sit in the lobby. I was on a bus at the time, so I think I was waiting for a ride to come and get me. My same homegirl that twisted my hair, as a matter of fact, she came and got me. And mind you, I wasn't even at work for a good hour. It was probably about a good hour I was at work. So she like, what happened? Everything like that. While she talks, just like, come get me, please, because like it's just a mess at this point. So I got suspended, and when I got suspended, I'm just thinking to myself like, all right, I should be able to go back to work, because he started with me. Man, they called me and they were like, all right, come for a meeting with HR on whatever day it was. So when I get there, I'm thinking, you know, everything is gonna be like, I'm just gonna get suspended. I just got suspended. I might, you know, be suspended a little bit longer, whatever case may be, I still have my job. I'm thinking that. I'm young. I'm not even, this is like my first big job. I had I think a job or two before, something like that, whatever. But this is my first big job where I was making real good money. I was like, I had a lot going on for myself at that time. It was a really good job, besides the glass ceiling, of course. So I'm sitting in the office and they telling me how they're gonna fire me. Now at this point, I'm even more embarrassed and pissed, because I'm like, you could have just told me this over the phone. I ain't had to waste my bus money that I don't have. You know that I was the only one that got fired in that situation, and he was the one that provoked the situation. Even though I reacted the way I reacted, I'm not gonna say I was right. Sorry, I'm not gonna say I was wrong, because I don't think I was wrong. I wouldn't react that way now, but at that time, I was completely in the right. I'm sorry. And till this day, I feel the same way. I was completely in the right, whether I did that at work or not. The main thing for me that I wish that I didn't do was I allowed for people to see at my job, to see what I do outside of work. You get what I'm saying? The job is for the job. It's to pay your bills, it's to whatever the case may be, and go home. I shouldn't have to defend myself physically at any job whatsoever, especially when it's someone else provoking the situation, and then they don't get fired. They wind up up working there umpteen years later. Both guys that got to keep their jobs, and I was the only one that lost my job. So I would end up being out of work for about 1.5 to 2 years, which at the time I have a kid, so that put me behind on child support and everything. I could not find a job for nothing. That stigma of being the angry black man rode me forever. Nobody wanted to hire me. I couldn't find a job for nothing. Like, I was just in a dump. It was nothing that I could do. It was like that. Just every time I put in a resume or anything, I wouldn't even get a call back, to the point where I had to literally move out of the city of Baltimore. I had to move states away, all the way to Florida, just to get that stigma off of me because of whatever mistake, I guess, or actions that I took upon these people. For me, like I said, I would never react that way on a job again. I'll clock out first and I'll meet you down the street, no problem. However, I know how to handle it in a better situation now. I mean, in a better manner now. The moral of this is, don't allow anyone to put you in a situation where you could potentially lose the way you feed your children. Even if you have to just walk out of the room, out of the meeting. I should have just did that. I probably wouldn't have calmed down right away. I just know me. I wouldn't have calmed down right away. It took me a day or two to even calm down and get that out of my head, because I don't like to be played with. But I could have diffused the situation by just waiting to approach them and or not even addressing the situation at all. Don't let anyone put you in that situation where you cannot take care of your family and you're not able to provide for yourself as well. So guys, I want to thank you for sitting through this crazy story right here. I got more crazy stories coming up after this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, go ahead and do that now. It's your boy.
Been a minute since I spit, huh? Had to remind you niggas in case you forget, huh? No fancy chains and no diamonds on my wrist, huh? Still spitting flames, get that sprinkler system fixed, huh? 20s on my shit box, pull up to your bitch spot. I ain't spend no